Right, so flying back leads. Yeah, they can be an absolute nuisance, can't they? Yeah, sliding all the way up your line, etc., and stuff like that. Now, with myself, when I'm casting in, as you know, with these, they tend to come halfway up your line, so halfway from where your rig lands, so obviously rod tips, is landing halfway. Well, I don't want it that far, the distance. So here's my rig itself. Yeah, so I've got tungsten tubing on. I've also got a little sinker at the top that holds the tubing in place, stop it sliding up and down. But then I've got the issue with that, so I could just tie a standard stop knot, but I don't really want a knot what's going to be up there to stay on. Yeah, so the way I like to do it, a bit of PVA, and just literally tie. Make sure your line and everything's dried first, so this has had to come back in. Just literally tie an overhand granny knot. Yeah, it'll slide up to where you want it to. Tight it on a little bit more. Right, so that's tight enough that. And if you want to go a little bit more, if you're worried about it, say it's raining or something like that, just tie a second knot. Like that. Your knot's even bigger, so if you're using a bigger flying back lead, you know for well it's not going to take it all the way. Yeah, it's not going to slip past that knot, etc. Once I've done that, I'm just going to trim these tag ends off, make sure I don't cut through the main line on PVA, so we can get rid of that. It's going to melt with the rain and the moisture, and that's a good thing about that as well, it's going to melt, so it stops me having a permanent knot on there. Now the reason why I don't want a permanent knot is if one of my rods crosses, yeah, so the fishing plane, if it crosses my line, if I've got a knot there, it's got a chance of actually just snagging on the other main line and then obviously taking it. Yeah, so this will not go any further. Yeah, and I only want that knot roughly within the range of that. I don't want the flying back lead halfway up the line, I only want it so far. Now the tungsten tubing will help it hold down, but the flying back lead just gives it that little bit extra as well. So you can set your bobbin directly up to it, so you cast it in, you feel it down, you straighten up your line, and then you set your bobbin directly up to this back lead, not to the main lead, to this. So I know for well this is laid all completely flat. All it's time for me to do now is just dry my rig end off, bit of PVA on there, and then out she goes. Like this. So I've got PVA here somewhere. Dry bag mix. That just gets hooked on. Like so. That's now ready to go out there. And hopefully to catch some fish.